Temu, whatever you call it, it's definitely got people talking. So I've gone ahead and I've bought this supposed ultrasonic cleaner for £2.72 delivered from China. And who doesn't like shopping like a billionaire? Yeah, right. You might be surprised that at this price I'm a bit skeptical about whether it's going to work, but I thought we'd put it through its paces. And then afterwards, we're going to tear it to pieces, finding out if it's really ultrasonic or simply chronic.
Mark fixes stuff.
This video is sponsored by PCBWay. You can get an instant quote on a variety of services, or browse a library of talented makers' designs, add them to your cart, and have them delivered directly to your door.
So this is the offending article. Let's take a look at the listing on Temu. On first look, it seems that the listing doesn't mention any of the purported ultrasonic capabilities, opting instead to show a fairly lackluster video of the product itself. It's when we click into the listing that things become a little bit curious. Hands up if anybody knows what this thing's meant to be. It looks like AI art has tried to draw a motor spinny thingy, and it certainly doesn't look like a transducer, which is what you would need for an ultrasonic cleaner. Taking a look at the features of the unit, we have an on-off switch. Ultrasonic cleaners consume a lot of power. Turning to the battery compartment, we can see that this unit requires 2 AAA batteries. That's right, 3 volts in total. Unfortunately, another nail in the coffin of this being an ultrasonic unit. Looking inside the cleaner, well, the first thing you'll probably notice is a bit of grit and grime. This is actually my fault. I filled it up the other week and forgot to do the video, so it kind of dried up in there. That's my fault. However, the whole unit is made of plastic. It's geared up to take a pair of spectacles, which is the main selling point. But an ultrasonic cleaner with a plastic cleaning chamber is an incredibly bad idea. We'll have those back, thanks. Ultrasonic cleaners use devices called transducers. These transducers vibrate the water at frequencies typically 40 to 45 kHz, and those vibrations cause a phenomenon called cavitation to occur. Cavitation erodes plastics. That's why you shouldn't really put plastics into an ultrasonic cleaner. Ultrasonic tanks are usually stainless steel and not plastic. But you know, let's give it a chance. You can actually get genuine ultrasonic cleaners this size, only they'll cost you around £30 to £40. Transducers aren't cheap. Spoiler, low hopes for this. And for that reason, I've come up with a really easy test subject. A slightly stained spoon. Try saying that 3 times without your teeth in. This spoon should present no challenge to any genuine ultrasonic cleaner. In fact, if I put it in my normal ultrasonic cleaner, it would be cleaned almost immediately. I can rub most of it off with my thumb, so I think this is a fair test. Let's fill up the chamber. We're going to be using tap water. I've just put it in this bottle to transport it from the sink. As I said before, ultrasonic cleaners use a process called cavitation. The transducers force sound frequencies through the fluid. This then creates cavities within the fluid, or bubbles if you like. These bubbles rapidly expand and then collapse on themselves, creating massively high temperatures, approximately 5,500 degrees Celsius. Now that sounds a lot, but because the bubbles are so small, it actually has a very small effect on the fluid overall, and the heating effect is minimal. When you first fill an ultrasonic cleaner, the water you pour in will contain too much gas. We need to expel this gas with a process called outgassing, which is running the cleaner for 5 minutes. And turning our cleaner on, it certainly looks the part. The water is vibrating in a way not dissimilar to my actual ultrasonic cleaner. Have I misjudged this product? Well, we'll find out. After 5 minutes, we turn the power off and introduce the star of our show, Spoony McSpoonface. It's just a dirty spoon, nothing to get excited about, but I think what we should do is dip it in the water and make sure this stuff won't just fall off without the power being applied. Then looking at our wet utensil and its numerous stains, let's just make sure we can't rub one off. And it turns out we pretty much can, so well, I suppose our ultrasonic cleaner can make short work of this. Let's go. Now I don't want to jump the gun here, but If you've seen my previous videos using an ultrasonic cleaner, you would have seen clouds and plumes of filth coming off the objects that I've dipped in the fluid. And that's not working. All it's doing is making a bloody racket. Nothing coming off at all. In fact, flipping the spoon, we can see very little effect on the surface of the spoon itself. I left it in for 5 minutes, then pulled it out to see what had happened. And the answer is absolutely nothing. In fact, my thumb is more effective at removing this dirt. At this point, I might be compelled to say I felt disappointed, but I didn't expect it to work. All of the elements just didn't add up. The plastic chamber, the 3 volts, and the fact it cost less than £3 posted. Let's empty this out and tear it to pieces. This high quality item has started tearing itself to pieces. All I did was empty it into the sink and it's falling apart. I think the screw is missing. Or no, actually I think the head's dropped off. That's even worse. At least we're blessed with the screw at the other end, so let's pull that one out. You might be asking why I'm doing this video. Well, it's simple. A few people have told me that they were thinking of buying these. I don't like to come across as a negative Nelly, so rather than slap down their purchasing decisions, I thought I'd do this video for everybody to watch. I'm not sure how much juice is left in these batteries, but they'll probably be alright for a remote control or something. With one screw removed and the other one died of shame, let's open this up and see what makes it, well, suck. And let's start on a positive note. This switch, I actually need one of these. I'll tell you why in a minute. Handy. Also, the wiring, they've used red and black. Often in these cheap electronics you'll find everything's either black or red or sometimes a meaningless colour, so that's, well, smiling through the pain. These rubber feet are actually screwed in as well, so you could potentially use those in another project. I'm aware I'm grasping at straws here. Let's look at the main event. And that, my fellow fixers, is dishonest by design. Rather than a 40 to 45 kHz transducer welded to the bottom of a steel tank, we've got what looks like a cheap 3-volt motor out of a cheap gaming controller. It's literally designed just to vibrate the case. We haven't got an ultrasonic cleaner here, we've got a water wobbler. That being said, looking on the bright side as ever, for £2.72 I've picked up a 3-volt motor and a switch. Not a terrible deal. No, you're right, it's a rip-off. But here's the thing, I bought this knowing it couldn't possibly be an ultrasonic cleaner. But some people don't know, and these are designed to dishonestly entrap those people. For £2.72, including VAT and shipping, not only do you have to question what do you get for your money, you also have to question who's putting these together, and am I funding something that is probably quite unsavoury? I'd hate to think so. It would be easy to single out Temu for this, but these items also appear on Amazon and AliExpress, and I've no doubt they're all made in the same place. I just hope they're not made by people who are working under duress. The current lack of transparency concerning that region of the world means that it's not easy to find out where things are being manufactured and by whom. And perhaps it's a more serious message from my video than you're used to from this channel, but it's something to think about for the future. On a more cheery note, let me tell you what I intend to do with this switch. If you saw my previous video where I failed to make an Atari 2600 cart, then you may remember that I had to modify my EEPROM programmer to enable me to program 21 volt EEPROMs. Here it is. I had to do the mod on the hop, and that means that I had to use this whacking great big toggle switch, and there's not a lot of room inside the case. So I was thinking of buying a bag of 30 of these tiny little switches, but that would have cost nearly £8. This switch is absolutely the perfect size for this project. All I need to do is cut a small hole in the case, and then I can easily slip it in. So, like a ray of sun on a cloudy day, we found a win. It's not a big win, but it's a win nonetheless. And quite a few people have asked me to document how I did this to the EEPROM programmer, so hopefully that will be a video which will be useful for other people. I actually stumbled across the information myself on the EEV blog forums, and I did link that in my previous video. I guess some people are visual learners though, so video incoming, I guess. Now, I'm not a fan of making negative videos, so I'll remind you can get ultrasonic cleaners that are this size, just not for £2.72, so look for a stainless steel tank and something that runs off an AC adapter, or maybe even USB. And remember, not everything on Temu is useless. There's many useful health and lifestyle implements. This, for example, will help you stay alive at all times. Well, that's pretty much it from me. So from my motor and my switch and my desk covered in crap, it's time to say goodbye. I'd really like to thank you for watching this video. Big thanks to my amazing patrons who are appearing on the screen right now. Without my patrons, I actually wouldn't be able to do these videos. If you've watched this far, maybe you'd consider becoming a patron yourself and help me make more of this stuff. Visit patreon.com/MarkFixesStuff to become a patron. You'll instantly become more attractive to the gender of your choice, and that's a guarantee. Please note that refunds will only be given to people over the age of 79 with both parents and grandparents in attendance. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Why not watch one of these videos now? Beats doom scrolling on X or whatever the hell Elon's called it. Bye.